time is now. The technology is here, and the social change that we expect to see is already happening. One of the questions I've received today is, when should I start? What should I start looking at IoT technology? The answer is, if you're not already looking at it, you're already behind. So why Fira Barcelona? I mean, we can point at some obvious reasons. For example, it's the same organization that does Mobile World Congress, so they understand mobile systems. It's the same organization that does the largest smart cities event in the world, Smart Cities in November, where I'll be back in Barcelona and participating in that event as well. But I think more interestingly is they understand that there are companies that care about how we apply Internet of Things technology in unexpected spaces. The largest hospitality show in the world is here in Barcelona, run by Fira Barcelona. And at the last show, now in 2015, there was an enormous focus on applying Internet of Things technology in the hospitality market. So there's a deep understanding in Fira, our partner, that applying Internet of Things technology can be done to many, many, many different vertical markets. If I understand what's going on in every trading desk in the world, I can track whether the trades that are happening today are going to end up looking like October of 1987, November of 1929, September of 2008, they're going to cause a market crash, and I can do something about it. This is what we call the industrial Internet of Things. Sure, I can apply Internet of Things technology to consumer devices, to smart homes, and to Fitbits on my wrist. But really the margins, the opportunities, the untouched opportunities are industrial systems. That's going to change the future of manufacturing. That's going to change the future of trading. That's going to change the future of home insurance, of automobile insurance. That's going to change the future of mining, make mining and manufacturing safer and more efficient. That's where we're focusing the Industrial Internet Consortium, and that's what differentiates this show from every other show in the world. A focus purely on industrial Internet of Things, or what we call the industrial Internet. I think the proof is, as we say in English, in the pudding. Our target for this show when we started the work in February was about 2,000 attendees. Behind that wall behind you there, 5,000 attendees, more than 4,000 for the exhibits, about 1,300, 1,400 for the full conference. That tells me the timing is exactly right. That tells me we've got the right show with 120 speakers and 4,000 exhibit attendees, 1,400 show attendees listening to all those speakers talk about succeeding with IoT today. The time is now. So what differentiates this show from other shows? I spend all my time speaking at shows about Internet of Things technology worldwide. I've just come directly from Santiago de Chile, speaking at País Digital on exactly the same topic. What's different here is test beds. What the Industrial Internet Consortium is doing is bringing together an ecosystem of companies, the entire supply chain, the vendors, the technology suppliers, the standards organizations, but also the mining companies and the banks and the insurance companies and the manufacturers, to build test beds and learn what works and what doesn't work. What you see here at Internet of Things Solutions World Congress, IOTSWC, is something you don't see anywhere else in the world. The middle of the exhibit floor is just those test beds, where you can see 11 different working IoT systems that have been built by a number of suppliers, a couple of dozen different suppliers, with the users of those tools. That's what differentiates this show. That's what makes this show worth participating in, and why, if you've missed it this year, you ought to come next year. In the last 6 months, I have given keynote speeches, obviously here in Barcelona, but also in Santiago de Chile, in Munich in Germany, in Chicago, in San Francisco, in Tokyo, in Hangzhou, China. Why Barcelona specifically? It's not just because we've gathered the largest show possible to date on industrial internet, but also because you have here real support for applying to industrial systems Internet of Things technology. There's an enormous commitment here to smart cities in Barcelona. There's a commitment also to industrial systems and applying Internet of Things technology, modern technology in general, to those industrial systems. So it takes no thought to decide that it's important to be here in Barcelona to participate in Internet of Things Solutions World Congress Barcelona 2015 and 2016.